Welcome to Karma's Harvest. We believe that life has a way of balancing the scales, often in the most unexpected ways. Today, we explore the story of a man who thought he could build his future on a foundation of lies, only to realize that the seeds of deceit always grow into a bitter harvest. Mark was a man who took pride in being 3 steps ahead. To his colleagues, he was a rising star at a prestigious logistics firm. To his wife, Sarah, however, he had become a stranger, a cold, calculating man who seemed more interested in his spreadsheets than their marriage. When the relationship finally reached its breaking point after 10 years, Mark didn't feel grief. He felt a need to protect his assets. Just weeks before the divorce papers were served, Mark received the news he had been working toward for years. He was promoted to regional vice president. It came with a massive signing bonus and a salary that nearly doubled his previous income. Most men would celebrate with their partners. Mark, however, saw it as a liability. In his mind, more money for him meant more money for Sarah in the settlement. He decided to play a dangerous game. He scrubbed his social media, told his HR department to delay the public announcement of his promotion, and continued to drive his old sedan. When it came time to disclose his finances to Sarah's legal team, he submitted his old pay stubs, painting a picture of a man barely keeping his head above water. During the preliminary hearings, Mark sat across from Sarah with a mask of forced pity. He lamented about tight budgets and uncertain job security. Sarah, exhausted by his coldness, just wanted it to be over. But her new lawyer, a sharp, composed woman named Emily, didn't seem convinced. Emily sat quietly, taking notes, her eyes fixed on Mark with a look he couldn't quite decipher. What Mark didn't know was that the world of high-level business is much smaller than it appears. The following Monday, Mark was called into the corner office. His new boss, Mr. Harrison, the CEO, who had personally signed off on Mark's promotion, was waiting. Mr. Harrison was a man of the old school, a man who believed that a person's word was their bond. "Mark, Mr. Harrison began, his voice low and steady. "I had a very interesting dinner with my daughter last night. She's a brilliant family law attorney. She told me about a case she's working on a man who is hiding a massive promotion from his wife to avoid his responsibilities." Mark's heart plummeted. The blood drained from his face as he realized the connection. Emily. Emily was Emily Harrison. "I promoted you, Mark, because I believed you had the integrity to lead this region," Harrison continued, standing up and walking toward the window. "But I cannot have a vice president who lies under oath. If you are willing to deceive the woman you shared a life with for a decade, what would you do to this company when things get difficult?" Mark tried to stammer out an excuse, something about personal privacy, but Mr. Harrison held up a hand. "Integrity isn't something you turn on and off. It's who you are, or in your case, who you aren't. We are rescinding the promotion, and as of this moment, your employment with this firm is terminated for a violation of our code of ethics." The fallout was swift and absolute. Not only was Mark unemployed, but the evidence of his attempted fraud was presented in court. The judge, unimpressed by Mark's calculated financial planning, awarded Sarah a significantly larger portion of their remaining assets, citing Mark's bad faith and attempted concealment. Mark sought to save a few $1,000s through lies. In the end, he lost his career, his reputation, and the very wealth he tried so hard to hoard. He learned the hard way that when you plant seeds of greed, you shouldn't be surprised when the harvest is nothing but ruin. In the fields of life, what you sow is exactly what you will reap. Thank you for joining us at Karma's Harvest.